Levy out. We want Levy out. Say we want Levy out. We want Levy out. Say we want Levy out.
When is your breaking point? Tell me. When are you going to learn that we're doing it for the good of
we sang in the rain, we sang in the sun, and we sang in the rain. They're trying to stop us, look what they did. The thing I don't want to say is leave it out, leave it out, leave it out. The thing I don't want to say is leave it out, leave it out, leave it out.
Hi guys, it's Dino here. I'm here at the protest, as you can see.
We want Levy out! We want Levy out! We want Levy out!
It's very bright, there's a stadium.
We want Levy out!
Now I hear there's going to be loads of protests in the stadium, which I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, but it's all peaceful. Please come and join us if you fancy having a little say of what you want. And yeah, Levy out.
Welcome to Spurs Vision TV, right? I had to start that as our intro at the moment because this is the Levy Out, In Out show, right? Good evening, all you guys in Asia, and of course, good afternoon to all you guys in Europe, right? Especially the UK, and of course, the home base where London, and of course, good morning to all you guys in the Americas, right? It's good to have an old guest back, right? Saikat, how you doing? Haven't seen you in such a long time. Good to have you back, right? I'm not sure, but I mean, life has taken over. I guess life is good too, right? So, how are you doing?
Yeah, thank you, Eugene. I am doing good. Hopefully, each and everyone are doing good as well, given the situation that we are in. And I didn't expect that I will make a comeback under these circumstances. I thought probably when content took charge, it would be going in different direction. But yeah, here we now. Different circumstances lead to different consequences and everything. But yeah, good to be back. Probably now with new season coming in, I will be much more regular and hope to see you all soon. And yeah, we can start. And yeah, it's good to be back. I feel good.
That's good. Right. Of course, right, Saikat. I'm not sure whether you've been following our football lately and all the things that's been happening, right? Because a lot of the fans from you're from India, right? You represent Bangalore Spurs or Goa Spurs?
So I moved from Bangalore to Pune. So currently I represent Pune Spurs. So yeah, Mumbai Spurs, Pune Spurs, so Bangalore Spurs, Kolkata Spurs. I have been part of every Spurs group possible because due to my work, I have to move around from city to city. And yeah. So
now you're in Pune, right? Oh, there's a Pune Spurs also.
Yeah. Not so active like Mumbai Spurs, but yeah, we have a small community in Pune as well. So Pune is a city nearer to Mumbai, yeah.
Oh, Pune is a city nearer to Mumbai. How far is it away?
It's around 200 kilometers as such.
Okay, 200 kilometers. Okay.
So Bangalore is the first IT hub, biggest Silicon Valley of India, and Pune is probably the next going to be Silicon Valley of India. It's like that. So
it's up and coming.
Yeah. Because Bangalore is getting oversaturated. So in that perspective, yeah.
All right, that's fair. But of course, have you been monitoring what's been happening with our beloved club, right?
So, like you said, right, our beloved club. So once you are a fan of any club, you can't choose another club, right? It's like your wife, right? So if you choose, that's you are done or settled for life, because consciously you will follow the club, right? And you will support. So I tried to support Brighton throughout this season when things were bad, because Brighton is playing like next to Manchester City, like it's very good, risky passing, 1-2 touches and everything. But yeah, we are not here to discuss Brighton. So yeah, like.
It means you're not supporting Brighton. I mean, instead of watching Spurs now, you watch Brighton.
I tried. I will be honest, I tried. But whenever Spurs match comes up, right, or pops up, or I can see that it's 7:30, IST maximum time. From afternoon only, I try to plan and finger crossed that we will win. We will at least play well. But yeah, most of the times
Yeah,
things doesn't turn out as I plan or as I wished, right? So yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
how things
yeah.
are going. But
Yeah,
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 I'm following football on pitch. Whatever I'm seeing, I used to follow or take a lot of insights and news and everything. But yeah, probably now I'm a bit busy with my work as well, so not
mhm,
too much of the field. So you are here for that to feed me in and keep me updated. But yeah, on
mhm.
the field, I definitely watch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But of course, at the moment now, we've reached a stage, right? Like,
Yeah,
when I first started the channel, right, with you guys and all that from India Spurs, we call it India Spurs, like easier because when I started, we had Soham,
yeah,
we had Sanskar, Prithvi, right, the whole gang, right. We used to do the more Asian style of Spurs
yeah,
fans, right? Yeah, and the time we were already complaining about Levy and all that, right? Why isn't doing this? Why isn't doing that? Right? And we reach
definitely.
a certain reach a certain level now, right? Like you were saying in the back room earlier, we've come one big circle. We've come back to square one again, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, we've come back to square one again. So at this moment in time, right? I'm sure that you were following the Conte progress along the way, and of course, last season when Conte came in, we were all happy, right? We got top four. We were all ecstatic. Conte brought this group of players and we got top four, right? Of course, we had to say that, Arsenal did bottle it, right? They were more in charge of it, right? But we're not here to talk about Arsenal, right? We got what we want, what the fans or what Levy wanted, we achieved it for him. But after the transfer window in the summer, we thought that, oh, we are doing good because we got our players in early, right? The players
yeah,
in early and all that. And then we thought we were moving forward. But after when we got the players in early, nothing happened after that, apart from Jet Spence coming in the
yeah.
later part of the transfer window. And of course, when the season started, the football became really unbearable. You know, we were talking in the back room, right? We in the first half we were bad, really bad, but somehow or another in the second half, if we could recover, we recover. If we couldn't, we couldn't. But most of the time, against the lower teams, right, we could recover. Were you watching the games at those times?
Yeah, yeah. As I told you, right? I was watching and I 100% agree with you. Like the way we started the season, right? It was pretty high. We were getting all the things done. Richarlison, uh, even Perisic came with a free transfer. I think with all the transfers that we had at that point of time, we got the least expectation from Langley, and he played most of our matches, right? And to be honest, I wasn't so impressed with Longley at that point of time, but now I think he can play there. He creates a good balance, and probably not as a starter but as a backup, like in cup and everything. If you gave him for free because Barcelona need to sell, right, then I think probably he would be good choice. And I think from all like Bisoma, Richarlison, Jade Spence, Udogi hasn't come yet. Sar also impressed me a lot whenever he played, right? Most importantly, that Milan game when we went to Milan in Champions League, I think he and Skip played, so they were very good. So yeah, I think Longley is the only. I am not at all impressed with Perisic. He started the season well with probably 3-4 assists in first 5-6 games, but he and Son, I think, didn't have any connection at all to start with, and till now I don't feel the same. Like the Son has a greater connection with Davies, so I think from like that Rizzo said, it seemed to be a great window at that point of time, given we acquired all those early signings, and it was impactful window and impactful signings as well, with good names, mix of experienced folks and the young generational new talent. But I think Longley impressed me the most. Being said that he was the least impressive or attractive signing, as you say, at that point of time. But yeah, we haven't like all the transfers now seem worthless, to be honest,
Oh,
given the
transfers.
current scenario. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not say worthless, like they not impressive enough. right,
Yeah.
to be at the level that we want them to be. But before we continue, just let me give a big shout out to the guys in the chats, right? Ansman, big up the Ansman, Sophia Talk, Football Talk, right? Who else do we have? Ryan from Huddersfield Town TV, Elias, big up Elias, Scott M's from Canada, big up to Scott M, and of course Ravi, big up to Ravi. And Ravi's got a question for us, right? Question, thoughts, what manager style best suits Spurs? Uh, why don't you take that first, Saika? Spurs style.
So basically, when I started following Spurs, right, it was all about the free flowing attacking style of football, right? And Spurs' DNA is that because you don't rely on defensive abilities, and we didn't have good defensive players. Probably only we can think of probably Ledley King and Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld. That's all, like that impactful center back, or like a defensive trio. Rest other like Dawson and rest other we have, but those are like not a good talent or probably not top four material. So I think now, as I already told, I asked you the same question back room, but yeah, for me, I think I have two three candidates which whose football I generally like. One is Deserbi, fantastic coach, because that's the reason I started following Brighton for a few days. Deserby is a fantastic coach. I don't know, like Nagelsmann, there is a lot of hype and rumblings about, but I don't know how much he will integrate, because EPL is completely a different gravy and ball altogether, right, compared to the rest of the leagues. So for me, it's Deserby. And another one will be Ruben Amorim. I think Ruben Amorim also played good football whenever we played, and he also have this young talent as Pedro Porro to make that right wing work again that we are missing nowadays. And Ruben Amorim, and probably another one that I haven't seen a lot, but it's Slot, Andrew Slot or something from Feyenoord, I guess. So
Mhm.
Feyenoord, or I think Feyenoord, right? If I'm
Why
not
not? Yeah,
wrong.
why not? They just won
Feyenoord,
the
right?
the Eredivisie in Holland, so
Eredivisie, right? Yeah. So I
yeah, yeah.
think these three will be the managerial choice. But yeah, given the question of Ravi, it will be probably some attacking minded coach, because they don't have good defensive players in the squad right now, apart from Romero. And I think, given the history that Levy has, he is not going to spend another 100 million, right, on defensive abilities or defensively able good players. So I think which is our strength is attacking, and we should go with an attacking and possession based manager styling.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
point of
true,
view.
right? Yeah. But of course, let me big up Keshav. Big up, thanks for being here. Right, Keshav is a West Ham fan, right? He's been a moist out guy for a long time. He said, "What do you think Spurs should do if they get new owners in the near future?" Right? If we get a new owner in the future,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But because I feel that you're not getting any progress under Levy's ownership, we all do feel that, right? Especially Spurs fans, we've seen it, right? Especially after he sacked Poch, and after the new stadium coming in, and at the moment now we ain't progressing. We are regressing to at a certain speed that it's alarming, because to tell the truth, right? What Ravi asked that question is very simple. Spurs DNA, Spurs football has always been the kind of football where we do the attacking style, the front foot. Okay, so but at the moment now we can't even do that, because we have two world-class talent players in Son and Kane, right?
yeah,
But we have a defense which is really, really bad, that can't defend for two peanuts, right? Because it's already it's already written there, after the Manchester United loss, after the Aston Villa loss, after the Newcastle loss, right? We concede goals too early. So that is one problem. So if you are so worried about your defense, how are you going to attack? You can say,
yeah,
you have a
yeah.
solid defense, right? Where the attackers are willing to have the freedom to go forward, not to worry what's happening behind. Then of course we can play the style of attacking football. Maybe that's why Conte could never express himself, okay?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Conte couldn't actually get a tune out of defense.
Trust the defense. Yeah,
Yeah, and can't trust the defense. And to tell the truth, right? What do the Spurs fan think? If what they think Spurs should do is to get new owners, right? Number one, first, Kashaf, we have to get the new owners first. Because now at the moment, I don't think we're not even focusing on trying to get new owners, right? We're just trying to get Levy out first, right? Not to say Levy get out, of the club and all that. Maybe just Levy out of football. Don't meddle in the football. Let the football people make football decisions, because he has made so many bad decisions in this past 5 years, right? After second Poch, right? Or 4 years. Or it's going to be 5 years, right? Because it's going to be by the time the next season comes around. It'll be 5 years. If he still doesn't change, we'll still be going back the same cycle. Because number one, Poch gave us that attacking style football. Poch could see that we need to rebuild, right? The team that we had, because before the stadium was ready, or while the stadium was being built and all that, he said it's going to be a painful rebuild. We didn't sign any players for 3 transfer windows, right?
Yeah.
And that most probably has handicapped our team, our squad, very badly. You get what I'm saying? We can't. We are playing in a style that the players that we are stuck with, right? I think we have something like 36 players or 30 players now, right? Including those out on loan, which are going to come back. What is going to happen to them? We don't even know that, right? We have talent of nearly 250 million pounds out on loan, which that is staggering and scary, because that 250 million pounds is our paying price for them, right?
Yeah.
If we were going to sell them, I don't think we will even recoup back 20 or 30% of the value of the.
No chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
So the thing is that, plus now we've got players who are already in the squad existing now. We see that don't deserve to be there, but are being given extensions of contracts and all that. Number one, Dyer is rumored to be getting a 3-year extension. For all you know, he's already signed the extension contract, but the club is afraid to announce that, because they know that if they announce it, the fan base will go crazy.
Yeah.
Because you're actually telling a manager to come in now, right, to take over a squad of players, right, where he has to be stuck with them. He can't get rid of them. You see? So no matter how, as I see it now, right, and I'm sure you understand, most of Spurs fans will see it, most of Spurs fans will understand it, is it doesn't matter. Whichever manager comes in, if they don't have the autonomy to make the decisions of what player to get rid of and what player to bring in, right, who want to come now? To tell the truth, Saikat, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think, right, any top manager, right, that wants to come, and then remember you mentioned the word Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann has said that he ain't coming to Spurs because they can't come to agreement on what he wants, right?
Yeah.
And then the club comes up with a story to say that, oh, we weren't even talking to him. He wasn't even a person of interest. So why go into denial and lie, right, on things like that? Don't, right? If you did, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. Don't lie, you see? So that's the sad part about our club, is that, and the people who run the club, number one, there's no communication between the owners and the fans. That's why now the fans are feeling so disassociated with this club, because number one, we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's our direction, right? We bring in Conte. You don't back him properly, all right? Perisic pre-World Cup was okay. Nothing fantastic, okay. Couple of goals, 4 or 5 assists, okay. After the World Cup, he fell off a cliff, right? And to tell the truth, right, not only Perisic falling off the cliff after the World Cup, right? I think after the World Cup, Conte fell off the cliff, you know? Yeah. With all the stress that he had running the club, with all the stress he had while losing his close friends along the way, right?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? And then, of course, we don't forget the gallbladder operation incident and all that. So that's another sad thing. At the moment now, no matter what happens, right, it's simple. My question now is that we as international fans, right, I'm not sure, are you still in close contact with the rest of the India Spurs fans, right? What is the feeling towards our club? And I got a question. Spurs is going to play in Bangkok and Singapore. Are you planning a trip over to watch Spurs play?
No, like I just saw, right? I think West Ham, we are playing in Bangkok. if I'm not wrong.
No, we're playing Leicester in Bangkok, and
Okay,
then
Leicester.
we're playing Leicester in Bangkok. Then we're playing Roma in Singapore, right?
Okay, I
Uh,
don't know if UPS offers me a business trip, then probably I can go. But
okay, okay.
now I don't know. So
Oh,
yeah,
oh, you work
so
for,
that's
oh, you're working for UPS now. All right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So
we
that's
have.
a different perspective. But so sorry. What was your question before this? Like
No, I was
coming up.
saying. No, I was saying right with what's going on now. The club is in this kind of situation. Your India Spurs, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
What is the sentiment of the India Spurs fans community out there now?
Yeah,
Are they
right,
happy
right.
with the club? Are they angry at the club? Are they happy at the owners? How do you guys feel?
Yeah. So basically, as I told you, I am a member of several sports group, right? Given the
Mhm,
opportunity, you can say. And in all the groups, I think Bangalore Sports is the most active one.
mhm,
And in all the groups, I have the same feeling that, like, whenever we are seeing a match, right, we are feeling frustration. It's like blood coming out of our eyes, giving that we have very good players better than the opposition. We are not doing anything. We are hovering around, running around, and some useless runs. Last match, right? Probably Richarlison made 4 or 5 offside runs. Four
mm,
five. A professional player like him who has so much talent is doing offside runs. So we vent it out in chat. We use some nasty words and everything with the players and everything. And post match we discuss for some time, then it's all quiet, because we know, right, it's a long journey that we have been going on again and again and again. It's nothing like new. So probably Chelsea supporters will feel a new thing, right? But we are feeling it for so long and prolonged time. And like as you told already, so the thing here is we are all hopelessly looking for next season, that something better
mm,
will happen, something better will happen, and some miracle will happen, we'll find something. But yeah, most of the majority of the people are still along with me thinks that Ryan Mason should stay. No need to bring anyone. Give him. He already knows players. He was there. He is there, and I think he was also giving some indications that he wants this job. And I think that given proper tools and a good group of assistants and guidance, then I think he is the right man for the team, right? I think he showed us, not this time but the last time when he took in charge, that he can play attacking football. He was in that team playing attacking football. But I don't know, like I think he will be the right choice, and also it fits all the bills, right? Like he is cheap, no need to pay compensation to anyone as such, and he is a go-to man to Levy. Like he will be yes man, as you told, and he knows in and out of the players, and he knows what is the Spurs DNA is. So I think he is the right man. Give him some time, give him a year or so. I think it will not make much difference the next season, right? If we bring some new one, new manager, he will again start from scratch. So better just give someone who has a background and who knows the players in and out a bit more than any other manager, right? So I think that would be a good good way to go, or probably a least expensive way to go. And I think Levy will do that, but I am not sure. And as you told that Levy not supporting, I think Levy, as we all know, he's a great businessman, right? And I think what he is observing is that right now it's like a conspiracy theory that I'm building, that provided Pep is there in Manchester City, right? You can win nothing, not Carabao Cup, nor this FA Cup, and neither Premier League. So what he is thinking, probably I don't know, but I think he is thinking, what's the point in investing? So he is making the club bigger in other areas, but it's like it doesn't matter whoever comes against you, right? You don't know like what will happen next this season. Like this season, Liverpool, right? They all thought that they will be challenging with some better investments, Gakpo, Luis Diaz, but see, they were struggling probably 70 to 80% of the season. So that's not an excuse. And I think if Levy at all has this in his mindset that now City are winning, City will be winning for next 2 3 years, and its investing doesn't matter too much, then I think he should resign and he should, think of the fans as well who are paying the most expensive tickets, season tickets in England.
Mm. Yeah, but the thing is that, like what you're saying is true. Like if Levy is still there, right, and he still is in charge of the football, might as well just keep Ryan Mason there because it will just maintain a certain standard. And most probably, if Ryan Mason is there and we don't get a proper manager, and to tell the truth, I don't even know which manager top or no, I'm not going to say elite now, right? A top class or proper manager wants to come in and take over Spurs because they won't be able to get control of the football. Why should I come? You see,
Yeah,
I can't be the manager of a club, right? Where the club decides the players that they give me and hope for me to turn them into something that I don't see they can be, right? Unless you buy a whole bunch of players and then you get a chance to pick them up. But we will never do that, right? And you're talking about instead of getting 2 or 3 top class players for 50 to 60 million pounds, you go and buy 13 to 14 10 million pound, 50 million pound players, right? For the manager to rebuild
and send them over loan.
Yeah, and then get about another 20 on loan or something to rebuild the club, the squad. But we know deep down inside, at this moment now, after what we've been through, right, and after what Levy has done, right, not backing Mourinho, not giving Mourinho the chance to at least win a Carabao Cup before he got sacked, right, sacking him 5 to 6 days before a cup final, that is one no, right? Then when you bring in Conte, right, and we know the kind of manager Conte is, Conte is a win now manager. And when Conte came in, he said things like, I'm here to win, right? Things, right? Not the small things, to win the big things. You get understand? The Champions League, right? The title, right? You must give me the tools. But of course, he wasn't given the tools. He was in pretense given some things, but not what he wanted. Because I'm sure, even as us fans, right? Or the whole Spurs fan base could see that when Conte first stepped in, we knew our weakness where they were. They were the defense and the wings, right? And we didn't go out in the summer to buy the defense and the wings for them. You get what I'm saying? Right? In the January transfer window, it took 30 days and nearly 12 hours before we signed Decky and Bentancur. That was like an emergency signing from Juventus because of Paratici's links to Juventus, right? And then we know what happened with Paratici, right? We all know what happened to Paratici.
Just
right?
don't go there. Just don't go there to Paratici now.
Yeah. If we go to Paratici, then this show will go on for another 5 hours.
Yeah. Just don't go there.
Yeah. So we all know what happened to him, right? And to tell the truth, when he signed him up, I was like scratching my head, right? When you bring in a DOF from Italy, where his style of football is defensive, right? Strong defensive, base counter-attack based kind of football, right? And when we were linked to what's his name? Fonseca, remember?
Yeah, Paulo Fonseca.
We were linked to Fonseca, remember? Right? Fonseca, to tell the truth, remember at that time I was screaming for Eddie Howe. Right? I wouldn't mind Eddie Howe at the time, right? Yeah, I was screaming for Eddie Howe at the time. We were making fun of all these things going on.
Fantastic manager, the way he transformed Newcastle.
Yeah, right. And at least Eddie Howe is he stepped aside from Premier League football for about 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, right? 1.5 years, 2 years. He went and learned to be defensive. You get what I'm saying? He joined A Madrid to learn from Simone.
Oh,
right?
okay.
He went to a lot of clubs to learn, short stints as coaches, right? Like a program to learn how to be more defensive. And now we're seeing his fruits of his labor in Newcastle. Okay. while we were doing this, and to tell the truth, right, Saikat, at the moment, we are 54 days, right? We have a countdown clock. We are 54 days without a manager, a permanent manager after sacking Conte. And this, we all have this thing that we're going to say that this 54 days, right, is going this time after we sack Conte, it's going to surpass the after Jose Mourinho got sacked.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho
What
was
was that? 78 days?
72 days or so like that. Then we appointed Nuno. So now we're already at our 54th day. We haven't got a permanent manager. So we still don't know what's happening. We have been linked to Nagelsmann. We have been linked to Slot. We have been linked to Glasner. We've been linked to Almorin. We've been linked to Enrique, Zidane. We're linked to everybody in the world. But to tell the truth, as a Spurs fan at my age, right, I know we are linked to everybody in the world, right? And whenever a manager comes out and says that, oh, no, I'm not interested in this job, in the Spurs job, then our club will come and say, oh, no, we're not linked to you. We haven't spoken to you. We're not interested in you. It's like, hit and defend, No, if they don't want, defend. But to tell the truth, after Mourinho and Conte, right, do you think any other... Okay, not to forget, we're even linked to Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah. Brendan Rodgers, yeah.
And to tell the truth, Keshav, most probably, right, if you sack Moyes, right, I won't be surprised. We'll be linked to Moyes too. Yeah, Moyes will be linked to Moyes too, right? And of course, Keshav is saying, right, do you think Harry Kane will leave this summer? And do you think his time is up at Spurs? To tell the truth, Keshav, right, the next thing is that, Saikat, Pochettino is confirmed at Chelsea now, right? When Pochettino was linked to Chelsea, right? I said this, guys, Pochettino linked to Chelsea, right? Don't be surprised, right? Harry Kane will be going there. Don't be surprised because Harry Kane, right? Let's say at this statement here now, right? He's in his last year of his contract. Right? Of course, Levy is saying that we ain't going to sell him. We want him to sign a contract extension. We're going to give him a statue, right? We're going to give him a statue. He deserves a statue. Yes, DV, big up DV. DV out, right? He deserves a statue, right? And don't forget, this is our the Brentford game is our last home game of the season, right? DV has there's a mural out there. Do you know? There's a mural out there of Harry Kane. Yeah, mural, right? At the west stand entrance, right? There's a mural out there of Harry Kane. Right. So can't give him a statue, so give him a mural. Right.
I think the UK government doesn't support that, right? That's the reason there is no statue everywhere, like in London.
Oh, I think it's because that the London Council doesn't allow statues.
Doesn't allow statues, yeah.
But if it's in the stadium, it shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Fulham has got a statue of Michael Jackson, bro.
Okay.
Right. If it's in the stadium grounds, that shouldn't be a problem, right? You're not putting it in public.
It's outside of stadium grounds, probably.
Yeah. You're not putting it in the public sphere, so I don't think there's a problem there. You get what I'm saying, right? So, but at that moment, what I'm seeing now is that this is what is happening with our club, right? 23 years of mismanagement, right? No accountability from the top. So that's why that mentality of no accountability seeps through the whole club, right? Until to the players. That's why our players are playing in this style now, because they got no accountability to anything, right? If I play like shit, I get extension of the contract. If I play like a world-class player, I will still get extension of a contract, right? So it doesn't matter. So in their day, we are giving extension contracts to players like Dyer, Davis, and whoever is coming up now. I understand. Maybe it's a business point of view, because if you don't extend the contract of a player, right, the player's value becomes zero, then we can't sell them. You see? But this is another business-minded thing again, right? Which we should have gotten rid of all these players, right? Big up Mr. K, big up Mr. K. I need to call you later, Mr. K, and have a chat, right? Right, have a chat. Let's see how you're doing, right? So, while we are in this kind of situation, right, with the players that we have existing in our squad and with the players coming back out from loan, which are 8 of them, if you're not mistaken, right? Which manager is going to come in, right, and say, okay, unless you say it's Ryan Mason, like you're saying, right? Maybe Mason can mold them into something because Mason knows them, they're friends with them, right? He's the buddy. They play better for him, right? And all that, whatever you're supposed to be, right? And to tell you guys, right, when Harry Kane said in his statement, I always give 100%, right? During every match I play, I will tell Harry Kane, please go and look back when Nuno took over, when when that season, when you said that you wanted to leave, and when Nuno took over, what happened for the first 3 months before Conte came in, right? You didn't score 3 goals, right? You didn't score more than 3 goals. So, and they learned to lie because our owners lied. The players will learn to lie too. That's what I hate, right? Don't lie, right? Never say things that are not true. You know, I give 100% all the time. No, look at Nuno. You didn't give 100% when Nuno was around, right? You checked out when Nuno was around, right? When Conte came back, that's when you checked back in. That's why that's the season when Son won the Golden Boot. And to tell the truth, right? I don't. The problem with Son this season also, I'm not sure what's happening with his dramatic drop of form, but at least he still got 10 goals, right? In all. So, but in the end of the day, like I said, the problem is from the top. When your owners are like that, it seeps through to all the players, through the management and all that, right? You have like what Conte said, I can't hide it anymore, right? For 20 years, what have you all won? Nothing. To tell the truth, we have actually won a Carabao Cup, but if Conte says that we've not won nothing, right, that means most probably, right, he doesn't even see the Carabao Cup as something.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel sad. So the owners have to take responsibility, have to take accountability, right? The misspending of the money, of the recruitment of the players, right? You're not talking small amount of money, it's like that. We have misspent £500 million on players in the past 4 or 5 years.
Who are not good enough.
Yeah. So why isn't there accountability on the owners? So when you don't have accountability from the top that seeps down to the bottom, that's why you're seeing performances now, right? When Conte was in charge, half-hearted performances. When Stellini took over, it was a 0 performance they were giving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and after 2 games or 3 games, Stellini gets sacked. Mason comes in. Mason is their buddy, bring them together a bit. Beat Crystal Palace, drew with Manchester United. Oh, Mason in. Mason has done a terrific job. But then when we go and play Aston Villa, we come back to the same problem again. We score with, we concede early. Within the first 10 minutes of the game, we let in a goal again. That means we can't even defend, right? And when we play Crystal Palace, we took out Dyer and we say, oh, the problem, with Dyer there. Then when we went and play Aston Villa, Dyer wasn't there. We still conceded early. So the players have to take responsibility too. So no matter how, straight along, everyone has to take responsibility. Big up to Chris Agamba, big up, brother, right? Big up, right? So at this point, right, as fans, actually, for what I'm saying now is that I'm an Asian fan, you're an Asian fan. The sentiment of the Asian fans, right? Is it positive towards the owners or is it negative towards the owners? Right? That's what I'm trying to feel out. Because at the moment now, the club pre-season friendlies, right? They are going to be in Australia, Bangkok,
in APAC region, right? Yeah.
And Singapore. It's in our region, right? In the Asian region. And especially in my region, the Southeast Asian region, we have 2 locations, Bangkok and Singapore, right? My question is now, right? Will there be any show of dissent against the owners during those pre-season friendlies? Will we tell Levy that we, as international fans, we are not happy with what you're doing with the club, right? And to tell the truth, the tickets for the Singaporean match, they are not cheap. Saika. The day I saw someone put up on the Singapore to buy the tickets for Spurs, right? The cheapest price is 100 Sing dollars which is about how much? I'm not sure how much is it in rupees. 100 Sing dollars. That would be
Yeah, I know
something
it's
like
quite yeah. I
yeah.
think 34 dollar rupees is equal to one Sing dollar, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
34 to
So
35.
you're talking about 100 Sing dollars plus. That is about 300 over ringgit, right? Which you convert it to, it's more or less something like 50 quid,
Yeah,
50 pounds for the cheapest ticket
cheapest
to
one.
watch
Yeah,
a friendly match, right, in Singapore against Roma, right? All right, let me go through the chats for a bit. Big up, Swaff Rob BG. Big up to Tottenham All Podcast. Big up, right? So we have reached the stage, right? They are coming over to Southeast Asia now, okay? And the fans that go to watch these games, right? Okay, number one, of course, we are playing Leicester and we are playing Roma. Leicester will have Leicester fans that will go and watch. And I think because we are playing Leicester in Thailand, you will see that there'll be more Leicester fans in the
yeah.
stadium than Spurs fans because Leicester are a
Owners of
Thai,
Thailand, right?
owners
Thai
are from
people.
Thailand. Okay,
Yeah,
the Roma fans in Singapore, most probably that will be more or less equal because I think a lot of the I'm not sure the
Morino
Malaysian
fans, probably.
the Malaysian fans will more or less go over to Singapore because to help fill up the Singaporean stadium, right? And the Roma fans there because I don't think there'll be a lot of Malaysian Spurs fans that will go up. Will be able to get tickets to go up to Thailand because it will turn up to be like a home game for Leicester because Thailand is their home,
Yeah,
right? So at the moment, like Elias is saying, yeah, 6,000 rupees, right? So 60 pounds is 100 Sing dollars. Yep. Okay, big up, Chris, big up. So 60 pounds for a friendly ticket, right? To watch a friendly match. My God, that is the price of, to tell the truth, right? Not for the ordinary people, which is what our club owners are targeting, right? Fans of not the ordinary level. They are the upper middle class fans that he wants, right? And the fans who are not going to complain about the football, about the glory. They're just going to be out there to enjoy the day and have a good atmosphere. So that's how I see it. So I tell you guys, right, Asian fans who are not satisfied with this season and the season past and the season beyond past, right, should go out there and protest against Levy during the friendly games. Yeah. If I had the time, most probably I'll go there and organize something. But to tell the truth, most probably I won't be having time because if the games, right, if the Singapore game, right, was on the weekend of that July, I would have gone down. But it's on July 26th, it's a midweek game. So
midweek game.
yeah, it's a midweek game, right? And to tell the truth, hard to say. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. Let's see how that goes first. But we'll keep it at that first, right? But like for me to go to Singapore, I can drive down, right? But of course, I have to find a place to stay. The hotels there are not cheap, right? But let's say for Saikat, if you want to go to Bangkok or go to Singapore to watch a game, right? Or fans from South Korea who want to go to Singapore and watch the game, or to watch Son play and all that, right? They're gonna have to spend a lot of money, right? Yeah. It's just not buying not buying that ticket, the cheapest ticket, which is 100 Sing dollars plus, right? And it goes up and up and up. And I guess the highest tag price ticket is something like 900 Sing dollars, which you're talking about 900 Sing dollars, which is equivalent to about nearly 3,000 ringgit Malaysian, which is most probably equivalent to about, I don't know, 900. It could be 1,000 pounds a ticket. Nearly £1,000 ticket, right? To be at the VIP level and all that, right? So you never know. You never know. Most
And
probably.
then see a pragmatic approach once.
But Saikat, don't worry. We still don't have a manager yet, so we don't know what kind of approach we will have.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, go to a friendly and Rye Mason is still there and pay the 60 pounds, guys. Yay, right? Oh dear. No. I mean,
And then when we lose, he come back and tells that it's a friendly match. It's only for fitness.
Yes. It's always a friendly match. It's always for fitness, right? It's just for the entertainment for the fans, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing to do about the football. It's for the fans to meet the players, right? To have a connection with the players and all that whatever PR BS they have there. But
There is actually no positive. Currently, the situation is such. There is no positive at all. Nothing. Like, not a single area is there where we can look up and say, okay, this went well.
yeah,
I would have said that, you know, this Bentancur was the most positive thing, but again, it was cut short with injury. So, nothing is there. Yeah,
no, it's
this
like
season.
that shows our squad depth. The quality of our squad depth isn't there. That's why there's no positive, right? If you lose a Benton core, right, a player that actually more or less gave us that forward movement, right,
Yeah.
the attacking movement, right, the connection,
He
the
played
attacking,
with flair.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Where what called the attacking connection between the defense, midfield, and the attackers, right? When we lost that, we didn't have a replacement, because we were stuck with what
Yeah.
two 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 what called three defensive midfielders. So
Yep.
how attacking can they be, right? And to tell the
And
truth,
I don't know, like, I am not at all happy with Skip. Offers nothing. I think he should be loaned out
mm, to tell the
at
truth,
least.
honestly, Skip at the moment is to tell the truth should be loaned out to get more
Not yet.
experience. But the problem is we can't. If the thing
Yeah.
is that
No, I am
how
telling
we,
the next season. Next season.
the next season,
Yeah.
okay. If the next season, right, we get an attacking midfielder in, right, like something like to tell the truth, we should sell Højbjerg,
Yeah.
right? Keep Sa. If you want to loan Skip out, you keep Bissouma, right? And you bring in a player like Kamada, right?
Yeah.
Okay, of course, the dream will be Madison, which we will never get because Madison, I can tell you, won't be coming to Spurs. He'll most probably go to Newcastle, right? Number one,
Yeah.
we ain't giving
But
Madison any.
in Newcastle, where he will play, that's the main thing. They don't have, yeah, probably right, because I think then Wilson will go to bench. Isaac will come in the Wilson place, and Madison will play behind the striker.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Of course, the thing is that Ben don't forget because what Newcastle is doing
then
while
go
Ben,
for this one, right? JWP. Go for
yeah.
JWP. That is the only option left.
So the thing is that in the end of the day, right, there is one problem we have. What about this one, right? We got a goalkeeper problem too.
Yeah, yeah, huge,
Yeah,
huge
huge
problem,
goalkeeper, huge goalkeeper
huge
problem.
problem.
You're talking about what are you gonna do when Lloris go? We can't keep Foster. We know Foster. Okay, he's more or less better on his feet with his feet than Lloris, but shot
What
stopping,
is his goalkeeping from long shots, like
shot
shots from
stopping.
distance?
Yeah,
Like it takes ages to come down and dive, right?
yeah. On the low shots, he can't go fast down enough.
Just go
Long
for
shots,
Robert Sanchez, no? Just go for
yeah.
Robert Sanchez. I think currently
There,
Deserve is
there are
offering
a few,
still.
yeah. There's a few at the moment, right? If I'm not mistaken, there's David Raya, there's Sanchez, there is Sa, right? Which is a good
Jose Sa.
replacement. Yeah, Sa
So
from
currently, who all are going down? Southampton, Leicester, and another one is
we do not know who's the next one. That's between Leeds and Everton, right? We got Leeds and
Leeds or
Everton.
Everton.
Leeds,
Leeds,
Everton.
Meslier, I am not at all convinced. Pickford is a
Oh,
good one. He is very good with feet.
Melia,
Pickford.
Melia is another one that we know that could be a hit and run, might not
Yeah,
be.
Meslier, I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
will be a good one.
But,
David
but the
Raya,
problem is that, but the problem with Pickford is that will he be a good one, right? So, but the problem is that honestly, right, whatever goalkeeper you put in goal now, if you don't have that defense, right, it doesn't make any difference. Right?
so we
What
have
difference that?
Joe Rodon, right? Will be back.
We are supposed to get back. Roden is coming back. Spence is coming back. Reguilon is coming back. Lo Celso is coming back. And big up to Ndombele, the Sierra champion, is coming back. Right? Who else do we have? Roden, Spence, Lo Celso,
Brian Hill.
Brian Hill. Oh my
Brian
God,
Hill
Brian Hill might come back a champion, Europa Cup champion, right? And Dombele, who else do we have?
already champion.
Already champion, Regulon. I don't know, 6-7 players coming back. So that's our problem, right? But to tell the truth, no matter what happens now, it's going to be a waiting game, right? Wings is coming back. Yes, one rock. My God,
Yeah.
Wings is coming back too. I forgot about Wings. Oh, Sorobi G. Oh dear, yeah. We forgot about Wings. My God, that nearly gave me a heart attack.
And
Wings is coming
another
back.
player will come back. That is Destiny Udogi. Udogi will be
Okay,
back.
Destiny Udoji has not actually come back yet. He hasn't even
Yeah,
come in yet.
like he will be back. Yeah.
Oh,
He will
he'll be
join
back,
us.
right? He hasn't even started for us yet, Udoji, right? But to tell the
Oh,
truth, right?
and where is this guy, Ryan Sessegnon? Is he still
Sessegnon is
there?
injured. He's still injured.
Okay.
Uh,
Just
to tell the truth, right? We should
before
get rid of.
just firing any of the players, fire the entire this medical board of ours, right? Entire. I
Yeah,
don't know what they do. That 90% of our players are injured. They seems knocked. They come back late. All those things. Not early. Every time it is late. And when they come early,
like
they do play a
no,
game and then again out for 10 months.
yeah, it's like you must always remember that is the Levy medical team. In a sense, the
Yeah.
cheaper option, the cheaper option. So to tell the truth, right? We come down to this sense of being a Spurs fan, right? Who are we going to complain to? We
Yeah.
complain to the owners, they don't respond, they don't even care, right? So now at this moment now, like I'm saying, if the international fans around the world, we have more than the local fans in the UK, right? Because if you look at Wikipedia, right, if you put in Tottenham Hotspur, right, it's a football club with 180 million fans worldwide.
But tell me one
You-
thing: if
Mhm.
the fans who are currently in UK, if they are not, able to create that, atmosphere where Levy will fear, Levy will feel insecure, then how come we are so disfragmented, right? We don't. We
Yeah.
are some different places, and we don't contribute to the actual money, right? Actual money is coming from the fans who are buying the season tickets, right? So
No. Wait, Saika. All right. First of all, if you are what call, you must always remember the actual money in the stadium, right, generates, right? It's about £1 million. Because all right, they did a survey last for the season 2022. Spurs were the third highest grossing stadium or the second highest grossing stadium in the whole of Europe or something.
okay,
Our gross was something like £103 million, the stadium,
okay.
right? If you divide that into like 19 home games, okay, plus the Champions League home games, plus the FA Cup and Carabao Cup games, right? That will bring you to about 19 plus another three. Let's see how far you go into that.
Yeah,
Let's say
probably 30, 40 games. 30
no, not
games.
40. I think about 25 to 26 games, right?
Okay.
Home games. Okay, 25, 26 home games. You divide that about £100 million. That's about your gross. We're not talking about
Income, yeah. Gross.
profit, right? We're just talking about
Yeah.
gross, right? Gross income is about £5 million per home game. You guys know that's £5 million per home game. But you must always remember the TV worldwide media package, right? Which is
Yeah.
divided among the Premier League Cups, is also about nearly £150 million. You see, so
Okay.
as an international fan, even if we are not there spending that money on the home base, right? I am like paying my cable fees to watch Spurs play every month.
Yeah.
So my money, that money goes into Spurs. There's part of that money that goes into Spurs. You see, that's how big is it now for the Premier League, right? That's why the rest of the Europe, they are afraid of the Premier League. That's why they wanted to start the Super League, because
Yeah.
the Premier League now commands the world football market. The La Liga is lost out, Serie A is lost out, Bundesliga is lost out. The focus has now all turned into Premier League. So the money is in the Premier League. That's why
Yeah.
when when COVID came around, all the other teams in Europe got hit.
Yeah.
You get me? Only the
Except
Premier
Premier
League, except for the Premier League, the Premier League was hit, but it wasn't hit that badly because
Yeah.
of the TV rights.
Yeah.
Yes, and the TV rights, they go into billions. You see, so we pay money too, indirectly, not directly to the club, but indirectly. My subscription for my cable, right? Even though my cable provides for more or less the whatever range of shows that I have to see, but there's a small portion that actually goes to football. Actually, not a small portion. There's quite a big portion because, like, the sport package here is something like 10 pounds a month or something like that, right?
Okay.
Right, goes to football. And don't forget, Spurs is so smart. They've got Spurs Play.
Yeah.
Do you have Spurs Play? Have you
No,
subscribed to
Are you
Spurs Play?
mad? Are you mad?
Yeah, we haven't subscribed to Spurs. I haven't
You
subscribed.
have to be insane.
Yeah, ain't giving Levy a single cent. Bad enough to give him money, right? So, in the end of the day, it's not to say that we don't have the money. We have the money. It's not to say that we don't spend the money. We spend the money. It's just how badly we spend the money. So, from you were saying the medical team is bad. What about the recruitment team? The recruitment team is bad, right? And I'm not sure. Did you see the TalkSport interview from David Webb?
No, I haven't seen.
Okay, you go back and search David Webb, right? WEEB, right? TalkSport, right? He was a scout or head scout during the Poch time.
Okay.
Just a scout, right? Not director of football, right?
Hmm.
He said that during his tenure in Spurs, right, as the head scout or part of the head scout organization, the organization that Spurs had, right, they used to bring players onto the doorstep of Daniel Levy, right, for him to sign the contract, right. Daniel Levy will reject him, right. So that shows proof Daniel Levy puts his finger into everything, right. Big up AG, Daniel Levy letting Poch go to Chelsea over what he can. His pride is disgraceful. We know that. AG, right? Of course, big up to Daniel Sandoval. Big up Daniel, right? And of course, DV is saying this, right? Arne Slot has emerged as the prime candidate for Tottenham Hotspur's job after initial discussions among the hierarchy. Wish him luck,
scary,
right?
right? No, this is also scary. So if Slot has agreed all the terms with hierarchy, so you already know what are the terms, right? And if he's agreeing,
Wait. Okay, this statement here says, right, it's our hierarchy, right, who are in discussions, right, to see that Slot is a manager that they want. This doesn't say that our hierarchy, right, has approached Slot, right, to come and talk to us to see whether he wants to join us. No. This is, they are agreeing that they want to go and talk to Slot. So, like I said, good luck to them, right?
Like, it's very scary. Like, whoever joins us now,
for all you know, right?
If he agrees, then I don't know, like, what bullshit Levy is talking or feeding these guys, right? Because because managers are basically a thinkable person, right? They think a lot, and if they think everything happening around the club, and also what's happening with the top managers that we had, Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, and then after all these, they come and sign. I don't know, like, what they are feeding it to, what they are listening, what are the promises. Like 99%, these are all lies and bullshit that being sold to. So
no, Saika, it's very simple, right? Like Swalbot BG saying, what hierarchy? Levy, Cullen, right? Rebecca, and all that, right? To tell the truth, Swalbot BG, you forgot about Scott Munn, our new CFO.
Scott Munn,
right? Yeah. Who is expert in Asian football matters and China market. So for all you know, we must as well get a Chinese manager come in, right? I mean, it's no offense to any Chinese managers, right? Might as well do that, right? But I think he starts in July, but who knows? He's already seen flying around with DV, so Swallow BG, right? But no, what you say is true. They are discussing who they want to go and talk to, but you can go and talk to the person, but the person might not want to come and join you. Because after all the history that you have with managers, right? For all you know, maybe there's a WhatsApp group of all the managers there, right? And then they'll put in a group. Spurs has approached me. Conte will say, please, if you go there, this is going to happen. Mourinho will say, if you go there, this is going to happen, right? If you're going there, just go there for the money. You're not expected to win anything.
I don't know,
right?
why Levy is not seeing that we probably have 2 to 3 years more of prime Son and Kane, probably our best two players in the squad. So why he is not encashing this opportunity to attract any good manager?
Saika, that has already happened a few years ago. To tell the truth, right? What I see now, right? Son and Kane don't even have 2-3 years. Son might have 1 more year at his prime. Kane might have 2 more years in his prime, right? Before he runs out. But the problem is that Kane's contract runs out end of next season. So most probably that will be a selling, because now the thing is that Daniel Levy is probably more afraid to sell Kane, right? Because he will frighten of the feedback that he gets from the fans. But the problem is that I've been saying this: if Poch goes to Chelsea and if Poch tells Bowley, I want Kane, right? And Bowley goes to Levy, here's £100 million for Kane.
So tell me one thing: in this hypothetical situation, as you told, right? If Bowley comes for Kane, so and if Levy wants players, who are the 3 players that you will be willing to join from Chelsea?
Number one, who are willing to join us first, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who are willing to join us, because
No, I think I'm taking this hypothetical situation.
No, Saika, that hypothetical situation, I will tell you this thing, right? It shouldn't be who Levy wants to as players for the exchange of Kane. It shouldn't. It should be the next manager coming in. If Kane is sold, right?
Yeah.
Who does the next manager want from Chelsea, right? To be replacement
So
for
let's
Kane.
say that we sign, Deserby or probably anybody, like with attacking mind, right? Then who you want? Like if your perspective is considered, say 3 players.
Hey, big up to Jason Bell. Big up. They're all coming from the coffee channel. Big up to Swim Master, Anthony Gray, right? Phil P, big up Phil P. Woo! Right, these are some of the fans coming from another channel, the coffee channel, Ben Kaufman's channel, right? No, whatever players we see now, right? Okay, it's very simple now. If let's say, why don't we put it more simple, right? If I was the Tottenham manager, don't say which manager comes in, right? Let's say Saika. We play it this way. If I'm the Tottenham manager, right? And if Saika, you were the Tottenham manager, right? And guys in the chats, right? If you guys were the Tottenham manager, right? And we sell Kane for, let's say, £125 million. That's the crazy offer that Bowley has given Levy, and Levy has accepted the amount. And then Levy tells you, right? Okay, here's £125 million, right? Go out there and get 3 players that you want yourself. Not that as Levy I want, but as you, the manager, want, right? Let's say for me, okay, if I get that £125 million, right? Number one, and I sold Kane. Don't forget, I've sold Kane, right?
Yeah.
The first player I'll get in will be a good goalkeeper. That will be either a choice of Raya or Sa. Okay.
No Robert Sanchez.
Or Sanchez, all right. A decent goalkeeper to come in to take over from Lloris. Okay.
Yeah.
Defense, I will have to bring in a strong defender. I will at the same time, let's sell Dyer and Davis at the same time, get them to become part of the what I call?
Or you can say backup, right? Or do anything.
Backup.
Let's just reconsider them.
Yeah. Let me hold on. I've got another guest coming on. Let me hold on. I'm gonna send him the link. Okay. Brian Daigle is joining us. Yeah, big up Brian. Daigle is joining us. Right. I'll go for the defense. I'll have to get, because to tell the truth, we can't get players like Guardiola and maybe Ndika, maybe Ndika could be one, right? And if you're talking about players like Bastoni and all that, I don't think so. Maybe we
No,
might have to
no
take a
chance.
player. Maybe we might have to take a player from hold on. Big up, Brian.
Big up,
Yeah,
big up.
man.
How are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. Can you hear me, Brian?
I can hear you. I can
Yeah,
hear you. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah,
Can
we
hear
can
you
hear you.
loud and clear. Meet Saikat. He's from
Big up.
India. I think you haven't. I guess you guys must have met long time ago last time, right? The Indian boys,
Yeah.
the Indian Spurs boys have been hiding for a long time. I had to dig them out, to talk about Levy and all that, right? Yeah,
But Spurs is not giving enough reason to make ourselves available, right? That's the problem.
yeah. Now we were having this chat about, let's say if we are the manager of Spurs, right? And if we sell Kane to Chelsea for 125 million pounds, right? Which three position and three players that you will bring in, right, with the Kane money? So I was gone with the goalkeeper, either Sa Raya or Sanchez, someone, one or two defenders, right? Endika or somebody like Mings or somebody like Chasowski from the Premier League. And of course, on the striker side, most probably Tony. I wouldn't mind Ivan Tony, even though he's got an 8-month ban, right? I wouldn't mind Ivan Tony, right? And Saika, what three would you pick in for the 125 million?
So if I have 125 million, I will go for four options. One is I will go for Robert Sanchez or probably David Raya. So one is that, and defender I will go for Laporte. I don't think that we will get Laporte, but yeah, Laporte and Endika. Also, we can go for Bela Kochap from Southampton. I was really impressed with him. Probably Southampton is going down, right? So those two out of those three, and then James Ward-Prowse or Madison, any of the two, because both are
Oh yeah,
will be cheap because both are going down, and striker is a tricky one. I will personally, I know that he has a flop season at Juventus, but I will go for this. Who is that guy of
Martinez,
Juventus? Huh?
Lautaro Martinez,
No, Juventus. Recently,
Juventus.
Vlahovic, right?
Oh,
Vlahovic.
Vlahovic. Okay.
I will go for Vlahovic. I think I know he didn't have a good season in Juventus, but I think like my ideal choice will be Osimhen, right? Everyone's will be, or you can say it's Vlahovic or Jonathan David, any of the two, right? Only these two options I think will create or any impact if Kane goes. So these
Mm,
three four players I will look out for
that's good. That's good.
probably.
Right. Yeah. And brother, there you go.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
choice.
So Eugene, I'm sorry. I'm going to say something here. And I'm going to be true to myself here. These kind of questions right now, I'm not even answering. And the reason I say I'm not even answering, and it's not because you've asked or anything like that. I've said categorically on every show I go on and on Twitter, I don't give a monkeys
That's true.
who's the starting 11. I don't care what style of play. I don't care what the formation is. I don't care who stays, who goes. I don't care if Kane signs a contract or not. I don't care who the director of football is. I don't care who the manager is. I don't care if we get 100 million. Who are we going to buy? We can all say who we're going to buy. We're not going to get them. So it's for me. That's my time wasted when I should be talking about what you've got
Yeah.
behind you. I
Yeah.
don't. So these questions now. It's like saying when Man U, sorry, when Man U sold Beckham, who are they going to get? And they could say, I'm going to get this one and this one, and they'll go get them. Well, what's the point of this bullshit game we play, Fantasy Football Manager? People say this isn't Championship Manager or Football Manager. This ain't even fucking non-league manager. No
Yeah.
one. We don't get what we want. We get what a certain person wants.
Hmm.
We don't. We have these professionals in place to do their jobs, but they're not empowered to do their job. So the conversation about this is why piss yourself off? Why go? Yeah, if we sold Kane for 150, we'll go put a serious bid in for Bastoni or we put a bid in for Mac. Not going to happen.
So true.
Not going to. Not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. Right. But Brian,
Yes.
I guess
So,
this is the Levy Out show, right? So since
yes.
you're here, give us your Levy Out scenario. Okay, protest coming up.
Big protest coming up.
Okay.
That's good.
Big protest coming up Saturday. And it's gathering more and more pace. What can I say, Eugene? You've known me since I started coming on YouTube. We've done a lot of stuff together.
Yep.
When we were clearly in such a huge minority, or so-called minority, people on the street, people are willing to come and talk about it openly. People, there was like a fear to say you were Levy out just in case you got ridiculed because there were so many people that were pro Levy. Well, that's not true anymore. It's been spoken about. You can't you put on Twitter right now, whether whoever you follow on your timeline, wherever you are on the spectrum of Levy stay, Levy on the fence, Levy out, you can't get away from about 4 or 5 tweets without someone saying Levy out or seeing purple and gold. You turn on Talksport, you turn on Sky Sports News, you turn on YouTube, you turn on anywhere. It is just non-stop,
True. Very
non-stop.
true.
Which is something that before people started going on We Are Tottenham TV, and people will know I have a very, very close relationship with that channel, and the boys. And throughout all this time, even when I was coming on myself and going, Levy out, 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 they allowed me to speak. They allowed others to come on and speak, whereas other channels wouldn't even bring up a super chat, even if you said it. Which we all know is the golden rule. If a super chat comes out, you show it, you discuss it, as long as it isn't rude, abusive, and whatever.
Yep.
Well, look at it now. Look at it now. Last word on Spurs mentioned it. Mentioned me yesterday.
Oh, that's
Mentioned
nice.
me. It's like Lee McQueen was bigging me up and bigging or saying big up to Crackers as well. This is
Yeah, practice. Yeah.
it's getting everywhere. People, and as I keep saying with everyone, people look at me and when they see me, oh my God, he's off again. He's talking leave. He's talking this. He's talking that. He's doing. It's because I October the 26th or 27th, 2007, when Daniel Levy sat Martin Yole. That's how long I've
Mm.
had to watch this bullshit just snowball and snowball and snowball and snowball and snowball. Some people, when the Super League came, and they've just had a snowball that's just starting to fall down the hill. I'm a full-blown avalanche. I am a
Yeah.
full-blown avalanche that will just wipe everything out because of the amount of stuff that I've had to see happen. And that's where the problem is, because so many people are now jumping on board. Where when they see what I've been saying, whether they believe it from the beginning or not, this is what I've had to endure. This is what I've had to watch
Yeah.
my beloved football club go through. Whereas others are just like, oh, we sat Conte, that's it, no one can work. I'm leaving out now. Or 6-1 to Newcastle. Okay, that's it, I'm leaving out. Oh, Nagelsmann, we didn't even talk to him and all that PR bullshit. Oh, now I'm leaving out. Well, that's brilliant. Welcome aboard. We welcome anyone who is willing to shout and make a voice and put up action. But obviously, Stel, Danny Kiriakou, yourself, others, Bob. I mean, I can list a load. Rez, Nick, the list, the people I protest with. We've all got about this for too long. Ben
Ryan
Kaufman,
Graham. Yeah.
Ryan Gray. Yeah, I
Ryan
didn't
and
even mention
Graham.
Ryan
Yeah.
and
Don't
Graham.
forget
We've
Ryan
never
and
spoken.
Graham. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those were the guys who were standing with you, right? Last January transfer
yeah.
window at Upper Way in the cold, right? When protesting. But Brian, I've got something to show you that this will make you happy a bit.
Go on.
Watch this.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
This
seen.
is what JP did in the stadium, right? Yeah,
Big up
yeah.
JP.
Big up JP, big up JP, right? So, but the thing is that this Levy out thing, right? As I can see it, right? It's building momentum, right? For you've been shouting it for the past
Yep.
15 years, 16 years, right? I've joined the bandwagon about 2 years ago, right? We tried to start something in the background two years ago, Brian, remember? Right? And
Yep.
then Conte came in and then everything was doused and then we okay, the consensus was, it's pointless to go against whatever happened. And more or less, you and I were the only person who said watch the shit show. It's going to happen again. Remember?
Yep.
Right? Yeah. And I can't do much of anything because I'm in Malaysia. I can't join you guys in the protest physically, but I've been trying my best, right, to put this word out there. Okay. And of course, later maybe if you have time in the back room, I'll update you some things.
We're speaking tomorrow anyway. I've got
Yeah,
15
yeah. You got
minutes.
some.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I've got
So
work to do.
now at this point of time, right, the momentum is building up, right? And my question will always be in the end day, I'm sure he knows, correct? He knows that the things are coming up. And he is thinking every way, right, to find something, right, to deflect the issues again, which he has been doing it for so long. He's done it. The biggest one was I was very upset is because when Conte came in, I keep telling you, right, Brian, when Conte came in, I never saw Conte as the manager to win us anything because deep down inside, we knew Conte would fail because he will never get what he wants from the owners to bring us forward. Remember? Right?
Yep.
So we are stuck in that scenario again. And while that was going, I keep saying the seeds of Conte out has been planted very far back. And when that seed grew into a tree, they hung him, right? So fair. Conte is gone. They bring in Stellini, and the shit show continues, right? Until now, whatever he does, right? Why doesn't he understand this thing? Is that communicate with the fans, at least tell them something as this that, okay, I admit I screwed up. Maybe it's time for me to step away from the footballing things, right? And I'll get proper footballing people to run the club, the football side of the club. But the problem is that even that is not happening. That is the sad part, right? You can't be so big-headed until that you think that whatever you do is right. You must see the mistakes that you've done in life, admit your mistakes, right? And try to change. But like you said, for the past 10, 15 years, he has not changed. So we don't expect him to change unless something really drastic, right, happens, right? Like if we can get like during the Manchester United, before the Manchester United game, right? That protest, right? That was more or less the biggest protest that we've had, right? Since the ESL protest, right?
Well, don't
And
forget the ESL protest.
yeah,
Forget the ESL,
yeah.
which it
That
was a
ESL
bunch
protest
of
also
shit.
wasn't much of an ESL protest. It turned out to be people after COVID coming out, at, to show some frustrations or whatever. But now I mean, your group, right, of protesters have been doing this day in day. I mean, every home game for the past 2 months or so, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe
Since
3 months.
we started back at the Manchester City game, and it's been every
Yeah,
game apart from Arsenal and Chelsea and the big derbies where obviously there could be a lot of fan problems. We haven't done it, but what you got to remember as well, and I'm happy you mentioned that. First of all, before I go on to that, it's you look at AG's comment talking about the Super League and how
yeah.
he's got a
Big up
free
to
pass
AG.
on that. Not only has he had a free pass, he still is the only chairman in English football not to apologise to the fans
Yeah,
for doing it. But that's another story. But I'm really happy you mentioned the protesters that I stand with, because what people see is on home match days or the training ground last year and one day in January this year. That doesn't just happen like, oh, let's turn up at the training ground and see what happens. The amount of planning that goes behind the scenes with this. Now, you've got great people that go home, away, Europe, pre-season, everywhere with them. Spend thousands, tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands with some of them, like Graham, who's been a season ticket holder for, I think it's 56 years or something like that. God knows how much he's paid. You look at all the money they spend. You look at right now, there's a question that they asked the trust about the concessions for pensioners, and if they're very close to that deadline day of having to pay 50% less because they are pensioner, or clubs said, well, if you don't meet that deadline, you pay them more money. Not, oh, we're going to be, if it's a couple of weeks before. What? Anyway, get beside the point. The work that goes into these protests, whether it be coordinating getting the flags in, whether it be organising the chants, the who's, the what, the whys, the wheres, the artwork, which people are now coming out the woodwork, thankfully, and providing us free of charge rather than going to graphic designers to get them made look professionally. A lot of them are international fans like yourself, Eugene. But
yeah,
you look, I'm going to give you two examples. One being the Newcastle game and the build up to the Man U. and then this week, the build up to our last home game of the season. This isn't like before when I was out of work and I could dedicate all my fucking time to it. I'm now working, which I love, but it doesn't matter. People got to understand that this week and that week building up to Newcastle, Man U, myself and a lot of the people that I work alongside in our group were doing their job, whether it's a night shift or a day shift or whatever, going to work. But the second they finished, they were either on Twitter Spaces, getting banners made, tweeting non-stop, going on YouTube, going on this, going on that, talking, having group meetings to discuss, right, how do we do this? For that week, and it's probably why I became ill, because from Newcastle to Manchester United, Newcastle was on a Sunday, finished whatever time, 4:30 kickoff, finished, no, it's 2 o'clock because there's another game on. But watch that. From that moment, I went on We Are Tottenham TV. Then we did a stream on Tottenham on Tour. Then there were Twitter Spaces. Then I got to bed at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Got up in the morning, did a day's work. Then after that, it was going on another show and doing this. And then it was another Twitter Space. And then it was staying up till 3, 4 in the morning. And I was doing it, not just me, other people within our group. The amount of sheer effort and work that we put, and we don't charge anything. This isn't some kind of service you're paying for us. And everything we've done, all those banners that you see that we have, the balloons that we've got into the pitch, the other things we have planned, we haven't asked anyone for a single penny. We haven't done a GoFundMe. We haven't done okay, we're now a massive group. Here we go, donate here. Everything has come from off our own backs. And it is so much hard work and effort. And once again, we're building up to this Sunday, as people will see on my channel, our channel, Tottenham on Tour. Every day we're doing a special just on the bullshit that is Daniel Levy. Other channels are going non-stop. It's because right now we're at a place we haven't been. I've wanted to be here for 15 years, and now we're here. And there's no way I'm letting this son of the bitch off the goddamn leash. As I keep describing, it's like you're climbing a mountain. And every time we've got somewhere, Levy's done something and we've had to fall back and start again. Well, this time we're past the halfway mark. It is easier to get to the top than it is to get down to the bottom. So this is what we've got to do. And this is why I'm happy that I'm here. All right, I'm missing Canada, whatever. But we're now in a place where no matter what, even if you want to do a show without talking about Levy, I was just on Ben Kaufman's show, a coffee show, and then I'm in the group or I'm on there. Within 2 minutes, we're talking about football, and Ben tries to stay away from football. He comes on Tottenham on Tour. He's a member of Tottenham on Tour for football. That's his. Don't get me wrong, Ben doesn't mind talking about it, but it's going to be a chilled, relaxed. Let's have some fun. But if I go onto a stream or I'm seen, within seconds it's Levy out, which is fantastic. I did that poll to the trust saying, should we demand Levy quits? Because I'm sick and tired of these fake polls that make numbers up. 94% said yes, the trust should be demanding Levy leaves. Not in my wildest dreams have we been at that level. So yeah,
Brian, I got one question for you. Like recently, we have 2 games, right? A double header coming up. One is women's game, if I'm not wrong. Another one is Brentford, right? Home.
Yeah.
Probably last one. So I also heard murmur that Levy is trying to cut off the women's section completely, right? The women's section of football. So why, like as you are told, right? You are a community down there in London. So why we are not imbibing those who are, like the women who are actively or the girls who are actively willing to play for Spurs one day. Now, this statement also means a lot, right, to them. That so if we can combine, this will be a massive growth to that perspective as well, right? Because for a single ticket, we will be doing the we have got the chance to do 2 protests and a bigger one by combining them. So I think so. Any idea what's going on in that space?
Yeah, no. All I know is this is Daniel Levy, the master manipulator, and master businessman comes into play, because he moved the game to the earlier game, and we all
Yeah.
immediately, and I immediately thought that's because you thought the protesters won't protest at 9 in the morning. Well, guess what? You're wrong, Daniel. We are. But then it obviously came out that there's this double header and there's this women's game. But what he's done, which is very, very, which he's done, is he's offered, if you go into the first game, you could stay for free for the second game.
Yeah.
So he's offered. So what he's done is, any chance of a walkout, which again, you need a load of the fans to do it, and I don't trust a lot of this fan base. I trust the people that come and protest. I trust people that we speak to regularly, and I know. But if you say you're going to do a 61st minute walkout, you need to trust thousands of people to do it. And I'm sorry, when it comes to the Spurs fan base, at the moment, I don't trust thousands. Hundreds, yeah. Thousands, no.
Mhm.
So that doesn't work, because people are going to stay because they want to see the women's game. There's kids that, and don't get me wrong, amazing for the women's game. England have just become champions of Europe. It's a huge thing. It's a growing thing. Fantastic for the women's game. But anything that he did have planned, or we may have had planned, a walkout, is cut. He very clever at doing that. He's eliminated that. But let's just say there's a few things in the pipeline for Saturday. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
We look
say
forward to
things.
it.
I'm not going to.
But no, you were saying what? Levy is trying to cut the women's team.
Yeah.
No, listen. Well, you got to remember this guy. We yeah. As Nick said, that's not great. Well, what I will say about with the women's team is, obviously, do you remember we made a huge thing about, we broke the world record for a women's transfer with Beth England, or I think that's her name, and it was £250,000 or whatever. Well, the women's team have almost got relegated. The women's team don't have a first team manager. The first team don't have a first team manager. We don't have a director of football. So there are many things. Listen, this team, you got to remember, Manchester United women's team and Tottenham's women's team came into this league at the same time. We're on the verge of being relegated. Manchester United are in a title race. And every time a manager comes in, like our first team manager, rather than giving them time, they're gone. They're gone. I mean, bless Ollie Skip. I mean, I'm going to quickly touch on something on Ollie Skip. I saw from a very, 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 very good, and I've got to speak to this person a lot. Don't know who he is, but people will know the handle on Twitter. The Spurs Watch is a very, very good Twitter handle or account. Very, very good channel. I speak to him or her a lot. Don't know their names, but DMs we speak a lot. And yesterday they put a pitch that he put something up that's come out that said, apparently Ollie Skip is going to get promoted to the leadership team.
Okay.
Ollie Skip is being promoted to the leadership team, which consists of Lloris leaving, Harry Kane, we don't know, Eric Dyer, he'll be here till he's 312. But I tweeted back to this comment saying, do you know what, Tottenham? You why don't you buy some genuine quality that has leadership experience, rather than piling the pressure on a 22-year-old that has had 6 managers in the 4 years that he's been part of the club? How about you buy some quality and let this boy develop? This is what we're becoming. We won't buy quality, or because it's Ollie Skip, because he's got some grit and determination, because he's one of our own, you're going to be part of the leadership. Well, what kind of nonsense? What kind of nonsense a football team does this? If you look at it, Ollie Skip, I think, has had maybe 50, 60 Premier League games as a 22-year-old. You're a talent. You need to develop. There can be so much more from you. But all of a sudden, we're going to put you in the leadership team. How is he getting promoted to the leadership team when we don't have a leader for the players?
Don't even have a manager, Brian.
We don't.
What
That's what I'm
leader do
saying. We don't have a manager. We don't have a director of football. I don't understand where this football team is going. And the thing is, people say, "Oh, that's just paper talk, and that's this and that's that." I'm telling you from my 15 years worth of knowledge, when it comes to this kind of stuff, there is no smoke without fire.
That's
If
true.
you look back at it, if I have to believe, if someone says to me, who do you believe, the media or Daniel Levy? The media. I've said this
Mhm.
many a time. I don't trust Daniel Levy to tell me the time.
That's true. That's true.
That's how. So this is where we are. So
Right.
like I
Right.
said, just be things. Hopefully there'll be quite a few things happening Saturday.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll see it, right?
You'll
Get some
see it. You'll
videos now,
hear it.
and
Like I
you'll
said,
see it.
I'm not going in. I refuse to go. I
Yeah,
won't go in again until they're gone.
you do it outside. Yeah. And okay, Saika is going to make a move soon, but before that, Elias, you want to clear up the confusion
Oh
of the
yeah, yeah. So the ladies team one is not that he's trying to get rid of it. Basically, what he's doing is trying to push for another move among the WSL. So he and some other football club owners, they are trying to push for the league to be a bit more competitive. So what they're trying to do is they are trying to ditch the relegation and the promotion of the league, like making it a closed off competition with slightly more teams so that it's more competitive. Because what happens one season is like currently you see like the top flight playing in this season. Next season you'll have some teams that are really quite bad. Then the WSL is not that competitive in its nature. uh, but basically his stance is kind of weak because at the moment the ladies team is on the verge of relegation, so it doesn't make sense for an owner who is in that sort of position to push for that sort of a narrative.
So is that means trying to change it to something like the Super League that was
Something like
proposed for
that.
the men's team lah. So
Yeah.
okay, to be played in the ESL. But okay, I just have to read out this AG's comment here, right? AG and his brother, is season ticket holders for 5K a seat. Oh dear, that is at the premium season ticket holders category, right? And neither of us have been since Conte left. Gave them away, and the two guys next to us hasn't renewed. Fact, we even be there to walk out. Okay, okay. AG says he'll be there to walk out, right? But of course, we come to the sense that Saikat, good to have you on. Haven't seen you in such a long time, right? Nearly over a year. Congratulations, you have a marriage, and hopefully there'll be a baby coming soon. We had to, we had to get the India Spurs boys together again, right? Like Soham. I'm sure Brian remembers Soham. Soham is the Brian Daigle of
No,
India.
as I already told you, right? Like
Oh,
we
sorry
have
for that. Don't
multiple
call that
groups.
guy the Brian Daigle. Feel
There are
sorry for that man.
hundred of people, right? But the problem is they went it out while we are watching the match. Then we have different things to do, different commitments and everything. We move on, right? And because it's been going on for so long, a prolonged time, right? Like again, like as I told you, we are moving to 2 years further up and then 5 years further down, right? So there is nothing, no progress. We are regressing back. So it's very difficult. But yeah, let's see. Like as Brian told, right, we have ultimately crossed the halfway line, and I think now is the time. It's now or never for us to get rid of this man, right? So I think. So yeah, like we will do whatever we can. We can post, we can do stuff, but it's the main guys who are there in London, right, who has to start it there because they have the direct impact on the ground, on the with the players and everyone. So the players can feel them. The player can get that vibe from them that what they're wanting and all the booze and everything. So it's like I don't know like how much these players can imbibe because I can see that majority of the times we have booze, right? And now I saw an article that the booze are getting banned, so that is also happening. So we don't know like what's happening, what's not. But yeah, it's good to be back, and let's hope that next time when we come on, it would be much positive ambience around the club. So that's all I can hope for, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right, Saikat, take care. We'll catch up
See you
again
later.
next time. All right,
You
bye
all
bye,
take
Saikat.
See
care
you
All right,
later.
and wish
bye
you
bye.
all the best in life and take care, please. Yeah.
See you later,
All right,
buddy. See
okay,
you
see you
later.
later.
Eugene, I
See
just
you
want,
later. Yeah.
I just want to actually touch on, and I've got to say, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Big up to AG
Yeah,
because not just that. I mean, I'm not just saying when you're talking about a guy who's paying £5,000 for a season ticket.
yeah, that's why.
Oh, what? No, what I'm getting at is automatically it takes a big man to come out and say this because immediately when you think paying £5 for a season ticket, your immediate reaction to be, oh, he's corporate, he loves Levy, which what hit takes balls to admit the amount you're paying on a season ticket, but it also is brilliant to see that when we're talking about people that are turning,
Yeah.
we're not just talking about the people that can't go to games or can't afford it or don't want to go. These are people that are paying a lot of money and an investment into this football club, and they're saying this. I'm not saying that he was always Levy. I'm not saying he is Levy in or ever was or his brother. But immediately, if you hear 5K for a season ticket, we're we're
Yeah.
we're, we're
And
talking we're talking the good
premium.
seat. Mate, above we're talking eight. But this is the thing. This is what has been the greatest thing about it right now. And I've been trying to say this to people. People like yourself and me, Eugene, and Stel, Danny Kiriakou, Bob Spur. I'm not going to mention all the names. I'll be here all fucking day. Just talked about climbing that mountain. We're all up at the summit. We're all up there breathing the clean air and knowing what's going on. We ain't coming down from there until the job's done. There's nothing. We could sign Messi and Ronaldo tomorrow, and I'll be like, there's an angle. There's an angle. We could
Always
win the
there.
league 3 years in a row. I'll be worried what's going to happen in the fourth year. That's where we've got. So there's no wiggle room for these people that are at the summit. They're never coming down. The most important thing we need to do as a fan base is get the other people that are at the bottom of the mountain or climbing the mountain to join us at the summit. And the way you're going to do it is by talking like I'm openly, like I have been for months now. I save my ranting and shouting and screaming, which is what I did when I first came onto YouTube, for instant match reactions. When it's raw, when the passion is there, the emotion is there. That's when there is time to talk or to scream and vent and shout and take out your frustrations.
Yep.
But when you're trying to get something this big or what we want, the only way you're going to do it is by sitting down and talking to people like this. Like, you don't go in for a job interview and go, so why are you good for this? You go, I'm going to be fucking brilliant at this job because I'm fucking this, I'm brilliant at that. Trust me, man, big up, big up. No, you go, I think I'm best suitable for this role because, and that's what we got to do. This whole thing right now, it's why I make a whole thing about it that I don't attack on Twitter. I may attack as a general, but I won't go individually. The most important thing here is knowledge and education and engaging. I don't mean patronising when I say knowledge and engagement and knowledge, but that's what we've got to do. We have to get these people that are climbing up the mountain at a steady pace or a slow pace, accelerating. And you look at it, and I'll bring Crackers up. What Crackers has done, I've been speaking to him since he announced it. We've been speaking via DM personally. And fair fucking play to him. Fair play, because he's been saying it, and I'm going to bring last words of Spurs into this as well because they deserve a mention. They actually do deserve a mention. So when people see last word on Spurs or Chris Cowlin or these others, immediately you think, oh, they're leaving. They're leaving because of what they've grown up. But if you actually, and the way I've been describing it is, if you look at it like the voice auditions. You remember the voice auditions where you can't see what the person looks like, or you're judging them by their music and by their voice and by their talent. Well, if you forget it's Lee McQueen, it's Crackers, it's Chris Cowlin, it's this one, it's that one, and they're on that channel, or they're leaving. If you actually take all that away, just listen to what they are saying, they are turning. They have been saying Levy out or Levy or change at Tottenham, but they just have not been saying it as
loud as us.
loud as us, as sharp as us, as point blank as us. And right now things are turning.
Big up ahead, mate.
I love Marmite. He knows that. I meet him all the time at the process. I love Marmite. And that
I hate
man.
Marmite. Brian loves Marmite.
I love Marmite. Every time I see him, it's, oh, I love Marmite. Because it's hate. I'm like, no, I love Marmite. But this is what it's about. And again, with AG not even sending this, he's leaving 2 5 grand season tickets free.
Yeah.
These are just that being announced here right now is a massive step forward. Massive step forward. So people are saying, what can I do? It's just something like that. Honestly, AG, I don't know if we've spoken. I don't know if we've met. but big up to you, my man. Big up to you. And this is what we need to do as a fan base. People are coming together. And this is it's big up, my man. This is where we are. So it's we're at that point now where it's just everywhere. And Saturday is huge. Saturday is, forget the first game of the season, forget playing the filth at home, forget the Man U protest. This one is absolutely massive.
Mhm.
Massive.
That's good,
Yep.
right? We've been through this, Brian. You know, for the past 2 years since I've known you through YouTube and all that. I mean, we are like brothers, right? We met on YouTube, right? We have the same mindset, we have the same understanding. But you were in Canada, in the UK, but I'm in Malaysia. But of course, sooner or later, one of these days, we're gonna meet up very soon,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
The thing is that, like what you said, at that pinnacle, at that tip, me and you and a few of us have been there for so long, and now we are seeing that the people are climbing up that mountain to join us, to shout and to show our displeasure towards our owners of what has been happening for the past 3 years. But like I've been telling a lot of us, that this is just the beginning. The road is still long. It's not going to happen overnight. It will
Correct.
take a lot of effort, because look at what Newcastle had to go through with Ashley, right? It took them 10 to 15 years just to reach where they are. We are now, we just can count day one, right? From, let's say, maybe 1 year ago, or maybe we'll count day one from the Manchester United game, right? When
Yep.
we started to have the crowd, right? So it's going to be a long road, but at least now, if we have started to build up this dissatisfaction among the fans, and if that feeling stays on with them, and it maintains there, right, it will spread, it will grow. That's how I
Yep.
see it, right? It will grow, right? But of course, at now, Saturday, like you said, right? Of course, you guys have your plans, right? And of course, you're not going to say it, because we know what the stadium security is, right? Like, there's a lot of rumors I've been hearing, right? As I heard something like, what, Ryan? Is it Ryan? One of our guys have been actually been identified, right, to be actually properly searched nowadays before entering the stadium.
Yep.
Right. Just in case that he's carrying in leave out paraphernalia, right? But if there are more of us that do that, they can't be searching everybody for leave out paraphernalia. If they
But
do that to
they don't. Sorry,
right?
you know. So like I said, I mean, the greatest thing, and which was the biggest thing for me with the Manchester United game, is obviously you saw that Levy out banner at the bottom,
Yeah,
right by the
yeah,
goal.
yeah.
Me and Ryan Isaacs always have a banner and but we always get it in. We saw a couple from our guys amongst the South stand.
Mhm.
Big up AG, mate. Big up. Expression is a top bloke. Met him a couple of times. He's a top bloke. But yeah, mate. Yeah, if you ever need to talk AG, reach out to me on social media, and I'll be more than happy to talk about that.
Yeah, yeah.
But getting back to it, the one at the bottom, we didn't see what it said. We just saw it being held out because we were right above it. We're
Mhm.
like, what is that? And then we saw Daniel Levy saw it, and that was out there. That one had absolutely nothing to do with us. Absolutely nothing to do with us. So there's more people that are bringing these in. Like I said, it's very, very hard
Yeah.
to search everyone. They know who to search on away games. It's away games where they're getting searched, or certain people are, because they know. And he still takes a banner. It's just it says Levy out without saying Levy out, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So there's ways around it. But like I said, the banners are getting in, and they're sprouting up from people that aren't it. Like I said, I still to this day don't know those people that put those banners in.
Mhm.
So
That means
that's
the word is spreading, right? Because
correct.
Yeah.
now they can't identify who are the, because they can, we can 100% know, Brian. They know who you are. They know who
Yes.
Stella is. They know who that your group are, right? But they now, if their banners are sprouting all over the place, right? They don't know who these people are. So
Yep.
it's a good sign. It's a good sign that things are happening. A lot of people are taking their own initiative, right, to show their displeasure. That is the most important thing, right? That's the most important thing, right?
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. that at this moment, at point of time, right? We've only have got 2 more games left. This Saturday is going to be the big one for the protest, right? And the following one will be away at Leeds. Of course, I was watching the away game at the Aston Villa. The first 5 minutes of the game, they were already singing Levy out. The 22nd minute, they were singing Levy out, right, in the stadium. Even though Levy, I don't think Levy was there in the Aston Villa game, but they said
he was
they
there.
said
He was
he
there.
was there. Yeah, if he
He
was
was
I
there,
thought he was there. I saw him on
He
TV.
was not there.
yeah, he wasn't there. I don't think he was there. But
Wasn't
at
there.
least, but the thing is that our fan base must know this, right? At least now they're slowly getting the message is that it doesn't matter whether we're winning, losing, right, or performing well to a certain extent, right? We have to keep that message drummed in there, right? Because whenever you go live on TV, right, international fans all over the world will hear it, will see it, and we'll get those who have that feeling of Levy out, right, and Enoch out, or Levy step aside, don't meddle in the football, give us back proper football and our glory in the sports, right? We'll have that feeling of encouragement, right? To have that courage, right? To step up and says that I'm willing to do it too.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? That's what we need, And apart from that, it gives a very bad branding image to the owners. That's the most important thing, right? The branding image to the owners, right? If every 5-10 minutes there's a chant for 20-30 seconds, every 5-10 minutes there's a chant for 20-30 seconds, then it really drums into the you can't hide it after that, right? International fans will hear it for sure, right? And they will of course be questioning. Then after that, like you said, we will have to sit down and explain to them and to teach and educate. It's not to say it's a bad thing, right? To let them at least know the knowledge that we have, let them absorb it, and hopefully they will understand and they will be on to our side. That's all I'm saying, right? That's all I say. Yeah. So, but of course, Brian, I guess you got to go soon, right? Work, right?
I've got
Elias,
15 minutes. I've got 15 minutes. So if you want to
15
go
minutes.
15
Elias, have you
minutes.
got anything to say about this?
No, man. I just wanted to say if any of you guys who are watching from Asia and you're going for the Singapore or the Thailand tour, make sure that make your voice heard there as well, guys. Seriously, like that's the time for the foreign fan base in this region to go and tell all these people, the international fan base, that we are fed up of this ownership. We want him out, and make your voices heard. And if any of you are traveling from UK and you're leaving out and you want that guy out of your club, bring it on, man. Seriously, we need to do something about those 2 tours as well. It had the international fans' voice space needs to be heard about this matter in these spaces.
Yeah, that one maybe later I'll have a talk with Brian tomorrow, right? About who he knows who are international fan base flying out to Singapore. Maybe I'll link them up with a few of the people who are in the same mindset, right? Then maybe they can get together and maybe plan something better, right? But at the moment now, as like what I've been saying to Brian, right? I've not done this Levy Out show for so long, but after what's happened, right? I made it a commitment to do it at least once a week, right? To have a chat, even if I'm alone, I will just rant about Levy, right? Because there are lots of things to talk about it, and I keep telling people I don't care whether you can say it's an echo chamber or not. I don't care whether what's it, because the message has to be kept on drummed out there to remind the people what has been done and what is going on now, and a way to find him, to push him to a certain extent, right? That he has to give up his position or just get out of the club, right? That's how I feel at the moment.
Yeah.
And Brian, what other shows have you got on coming up?
Listen, at the moment, I've got my Levy Out specials coming out at 12 o'clock every single day. There will be a Spurs review with me and Ben recorded Saturday night, ready to go out Sunday morning. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening on Tottenham on tour in the summer. There's going to be a lot of stuff protesting in the summer. Just because the football season stopped, there's ideas being touted, things being prepared, but not being spoken about right now for obvious reasons, because people find out or people start talking nonsense about it. So this is going to be very, very hush hush. It's just putting in the hours, mate. It's just putting in all the hours we can to do it. And like I said, guys, if there's anything you guys need to take away from from just how hard this has been. And just remember, there's a lot of people, and we're thankful to everyone that turns up, and new people, regulars, whatever. But for the people that think they're coming or don't come, or even want to take the mickey out of us, just remember that we're humans, but also remember that this isn't just, oh, we wake up on a Saturday, let's hope everyone's there for a protest, including the organisers. It's hours and hours and hours of promoting, planning, organising. The season ticket holders that go everywhere, they can add cost into this. Eugene will know very, very well when I'm in Toronto. Thankfully, my beautiful wife, my wonderful, wonderful wife, who I miss dearly, gives me as much leeway to go on streams whenever I want, for as long as I want, and interfere with my time with her. She knows how important this is and how passionate I am and how important my football club is to me. There's a lot of people that have got family, work commitments, and after work they want to just come home and relax like everyone else does. Everyone else has a hard job, whatever you're doing. You go home, you want to relax, but no, there's us putting in the hours upon hours upon hours, and we're only doing it because we're sick and tired of the way the football club is being run, the way the fans are being treated, the lack of accountability, the lack of engagement, the lack of
responsibility,
the lack of respect to the fans and the club and our history and the players. And so just remember, this ain't just, oh, let's wake up on a Saturday and protest and shout Levy out. There's a lot of work, time, effort, resources that go into it. And hopefully this Saturday it will all come together and be one very big successful protest that will be spoken about for days, weeks in the media, and do everything that it needs to do. So for the people that can't get there but are Levy out, not just my tweets, anything you see purple and gold, anything you see Levy out, anything you see that is in some way connected to showing dissatisfaction at the club and the board, retweet, share on YouTube. If it's this video and you've got friends like all the people in here, if you've got friends that aren't watching YouTube but they are Levy out, or they may not be, say, hey, just have a look at this video. Have a look at this video. Watch this video from start to finish, and then tell me how you feel about the board or the club, or if this guy's talking sense or you don't agree. Just share the crap out of everything everywhere. You have no idea how effective it is. Sorry, that's the end of my. I don't even know where I started on that rant, but I ended there, and that is where I'm ending.
Is he the guy who's Brian Daigle of India?
Listen,
big ups to
this guy is the Soham of India. Listen, there should never be more than one Brian Daigle. I don't think the world could handle it.
big up, Soham. Can you hear me? There's some background noise. I think something.
I can hear. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Long time no see, brother. Yeah, remember you met Brian before, right?
I know Brian.
You know Brian.
Yeah,
and this is Elias. Elias is this side, right? He's from Malaysia.
You got me first time, so I thought you'd got it, but then you just screwed it up there.
Yeah, there. How have you been doing? So I haven't seen you in such a long time. Right?
Mostly just busy with life. Yeah, that's all. And to be honest, Tottenham have not really given me much of a reason to come online and talk about Tottenham anyway. So
no, but we got Levy out shows nowadays, right? So it's a good reason for you to come back and talk about Tottenham.
I mean, like I said yesterday, I mean, with how poorly we've been doing, Levy has been giving pretty much everyone good practice in how to be Levy out and how to have good Levy out rants these days, at least. Yeah.
But no, because you see, at least now, right? So we've been doing Levy out for so long, since 1 year ago, and now after 1 year, right? At least the momentum is building. You get what I'm saying? The Levy out momentum is building. Like, you know, the protest is, you know, Brian is helming it with a couple other guys, and they are moving forward. And that's why now the thing is that we need the international fans, right, to understand and to stand by. Because I had Saikat earlier on, right? Because he's been busy too with life, right? So I'm not sure about what's the sentiments in India, right, with what's happening with our season this season. Is it as bad as how we all feel around, or is
It's
it,
worse. It's worse. It's worse, is what I'll say. Because you see, thing with Indian Spurs fan is that most of the fans, or I'll say most of the people who have started supporting Tottenham have started supporting during the Pochettino era. And the thing with the Pochettino era is that it's pretty much the best era in our history since probably like the 80s when we won the European Cup, the European, what's it called, the UEFA Cups and all that. So these are people who have been used to watching a very attractive brand of football, a very offensive brand of football, and we have had some. I mean, not in terms of trophies, but we have been more relatively more successful, at least in terms of our league placements and in our progress in Champions League and all. So we've been somewhat successful in that, even though we haven't had any trophies to show for it. So thing is, when you go from that to like the Mourinho to like the Conte and all, where we were promised trophies and all that, and then we didn't get trophies, and then we didn't get any good football either. So yeah,
Okay.
there's been a bit of a come down for everyone.
Yeah.
And
But
one more
Brian,
thing is,
you're gonna make a move, right? So
Yeah,
Brian, take care.
I've got
Yeah,
I'll catch up with you
good,
tomorrow, right? Brian, send me the link for tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow.
We'll speak. We'll speak tomorrow more. Listen, guys,
All right.
thanks for having me on.
All
Usually,
right.
it's always a
Thanks
pleasure.
for coming on, Brian. Good
Everyone
to
in
have you
the
on the
chat,
show again.
big up.
Yeah.
I shall see you Saturday. Come over and say hello. If I haven't met you before, obviously, I love Marmite. I know who you are. I will see you. I know who you are, standing out like a sore thumb. But anyone that can get there, get there. Anyone who can't, like I said, just keep resharing and retweeting and reposting anything and everything you can. Guys, I'll see you later. And as always, Levy out.
Leave you out. Take care, Brian. Yes, so I'm sorry to disturb you. Yep. Your,
Yeah, by the way,
yes.
just a quick one. If you all don't know, and you want to follow Brian and see what the stuff he does is, his channel link is in the chat. You can go and hit a subscribe to Tottenham on Tour, where Brian does all his stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, so the sentiment in India now, right? The Spurs fans. And I was talking to Saika. Saika said, I think the most active has been Bangalore Spurs, which you are part of, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Bangalore.
Yeah, Bangalore Spurs. I think it's the more. I think either us or Mumbai Spurs. It's one of the two, which is like the most active group in India regarding, organizing screenings and all that. And recently, some like anti-Levy online activism, if you can call it activism. That is.
There has been.
A lot, quite a lot. Because here's the thing with Indian fans. You have to admit, like, most of Indian fans are either Man United fans or Real Madrid fans and Barca fans. So when Tottenham fans are looking at their Man United supporting friends or their Barca supporting friends or their Real Madrid supporting friends, and they get to rub it in their face all day long that your club doesn't win trophies, your club doesn't do anything, it pisses people off even more. You just have to get that right. Because in England, it's a different culture of supporting teams compared to India. Because there you're either born and bred as a certain club supporter, or like you get into it from quite an early age. But that's not how it happens in India. It's mostly like teams that you see performing on TV. Whichever teams play you like watching more, you support them, or whichever team wins more trophies, you support them. It's something like that. Even I am no exception. I started supporting Spurs because I love the way how Berbatov played back in the Martignol days. So even I'm one of those people. So I can't really put anyone else down in that matter. But anyway, yeah. So when people have that added pressure as well, it's sort of like a peer pressure where all your friends or their teams are winning trophies, your team is not winning trophies. So that adds another element to it, which probably it's of course there in other countries as well, but it's probably not as harsh in England because again, you're expected to be a Tottenham supporter if you've been a Tottenham supporter for all your life. That's not always how it is. So you will see a growing Man City fan base here. And the fact that it's growing, that just shows that there are people who are converting to that side as well. So there's that side of the...
There are a lot of transfer requests being passed around now.
Yeah, basically.
Transfer to Man City now, right? Spurs fans transferring.
Yeah, there were quite a few loan deals to Spurs after our 19 Champions League run, but then once we started playing bad again, those loan deals expired and we couldn't get those fans on a permanent way. But anyway, yeah. So So Tottenham fans here, I think, are much more embittered towards Levy than your England counterparts, and they are willing to give Levy even less of the benefit of the doubt than some of the homegrown supporters often do.
That's fair. Well, that's what the thing is that we have to get the your disgruntled India Spurs fans together and have a Levy out show soon.
Right.
Right,
I
so at
think
least
there's
you're-
this. I think there's this one like Tottenham supporter or like fan channel, like Windy-COYS or something like that. Chris Miller or something like that. His name is. Yeah.
Windy Coy?
Windy COYS. Windy-COYS. I think that's his name is. Basically, yeah. Basically, guys like a pro Levyist sort of a guy.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So he got like harangued and harassed on Twitter by so many people from the group. I mean, yeah. At that point, I was feeling.
He's from
Uh,
India?
Eugene, I put it in the private chat.
Oh, let me check. I mean,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So he's from India?
No, he's not from India. He's a British guy, I think.
Oh, okay, British guy then. Okay, right. Okay, I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. But the thing is that
Yeah.
I know. But at the moment now, what I'm saying is that okay. My question to you next, right? So, are you going for the friendly matches in Bangkok or Singapore?
Absolutely not. I'm broke.
Oh dear.
I'm broke.
It's crazy, man. Like that's like I think you can buy 1 month worth of groceries with that much money, like India. I think.
Like,
Rupees,
what's the
No, you
ticket
have to buy-
prices? Like, no.
I think
no,
it's
let me
like
just let me just have a look right now.
Okay, the ticket
Six-
price for Singapore is the cheapest price is 100 Sing dollars. The Bangkok
which
prices
is
are much more.
about I think 6,000 or
6,000
8,000
rupees.
6,000 or 8,000 rupees. I think easily.
The ticket. The ticket.
In
Right?
India, no, it's way more than that. The lowest that I'm seeing here, okay, let me put okay, the lowest that I see here is 13,150 rupees. So that's like 40% of what I make in a month anyway. So yeah,
Right. God.
yeah, so not really possible for me.
Yeah, that's not including the plane ticket, not including the lodging.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you hear some noise? Okay, never mind.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I know where you are. So yeah, you're next to your window where all the traffic is going on. It's Soham is still.
Okay,
Yeah, I know so. No worries, so.
Okay,
Yeah, but the thing is that do you know any India Spurs fans going to the games?
Bro, tough to go, bro. It's like the Indian
Right
fans
now,
are
I'm not aware of any. Right.
No, well, neither. Okay.
Right
fair,
now,
fair.
I'm not aware of any, but I think as what do I say, as the time goes on, and if we get a decent-ish manager, we get some decent-ish signings. I'm not even hoping for a good manager or good signings. We won't get that with Levy at the top. So yeah, anything half decent-ish, one or two might try. We had a few people from Bangalore go over to London, for a few games this season.
No, but because are your Spurs fan clubs in Bangalore Spurs, Kolkata Spurs, Goa Spurs, are they are you guys officially linked to the Spurs?
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
you are
we
officially recognized, right?
Okay. Yeah. We are recognized, and when we did like a big screening last time around, for which match was it? The Liverpool match, the one where Harry Winks played good for once in a lifetime. That match I remember. We were actually given some merchandise by the official club as well, like some keychains and cards and stuff like that. I think I still have the card with me.
Keychains and cards. My God, why are they so cheap? Why can't I even give you a jersey?
Dude, with Levy up top, he'll probably buy a jersey from the local markets and send it to us as official merchandise.
No, but I thought the club merchandise is given by the.
Yeah, we got this, the official supporters.
Yeah, I have this card as well.
Oh, you guys. Oh, you mean there's an official supporters club card, membership card?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we got this. Yeah.
So
that's the only thing you get from the club, actually, basically.
So that's the link, lah. So that means if I join Malaysia Spurs, I'll get one of those cards, lah.
Yes, you will. But even that is like unlimited. Is limited. Like either you'll get a digital one, or it's only available for like first 100 or first 150 members or something like that.
Right.
I mean, you mean you it's not for everybody. They won't give you extra.
So they give a certain amount to. I hope that nobody's from Malaysia Spurs is watching me revealing all their secrets, but I don't mind. So you get a certain amount of those cards, which you can actually give to your members. Every club get like certain physical ones, but every member does get like a digital card or a digital membership.
Digital, not the physical. Okay.
So that card like gives you discount on stuff like your local stores or something to get like a jersey. Like Malaysia Spurs, I think they have a deal with Alexan here. I don't know if the India Spurs have deal with any of the local wholesalers.
Alexan sells Spurs jerseys.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
All right. I don't know. Never bought one original Spurs jersey.
Yeah,
Don't intend to at the moment. Yeah. Don't intend to at the moment. Yeah. But Soham, It's good to
Yeah.
see you, right? It's been so
Yeah,
long,
man.
nearly
Yeah, it's been
nearly
really long.
one very long, right? So that's it.
Yeah,
I have
it's
to.
been more than 1 year because I remember the
No, no,
last show that I came on. That was after that Tottenham Liverpool match. In fact, I think that was the
yeah,
last show I came on.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the
because
thing is
I
that
because I
we
remember commenting the same thing, that how did Harry Winks have such a good game? I still remember that
how the
match.
Rings have such a good game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm saying we have to get the guys together, right, and do a
Right,
show, right, from India
right,
Spurs, right, and get Saika, Sanska, right, Prithvi,
right,
right. We have to get them
right,
all together and do a whole show, right? Because since
right, right.
we're at the pinnacle of the season, right, where we're gonna flop again as usual.
I think
But
we'll win against Brentford because now that Tony's out, they don't have much of an impetus
Yeah,
in
Tony
attack. I
is
think
out.
we'll man. Yeah, so I think we'll win that match, and then we'll get absolutely steamrolled by Sam Allardyce's Leeds at Ellen Road. I have no
Salmon
hopes.
Dice.
I guess that could be a draw, maybe. That
No,
could
That
be.
good, right?
we're getting steamrolled. We're getting steamrolled. I have no
Because
hopes from that match.
Leeds
Sam
one
Allardyce.
needs the points, and our away form is diabolical. So
Atrocious.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Our away form has been
yeah,
atrocious.
yeah. So and then we don't forget the way that our defense perform away, right? Most
Right.
probably we will concede 2 goals in the first 15 minutes again. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. But
Well,
at home against Brentford without Tony around, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter anymore. I guess if lucky we get a draw.
Momo is still there. You got other players as well. Their defense is not bad.
Yeah,
I
It's okay. It's okay. Harry Kane will do a classic Harry Kane carry job, and we will win.
yeah. That's why you're talking about the Brentford game, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Most probably Harry Kane needs to win because he needs to score more goals, right? So yeah, it's part of his Premier League collection at the moment, right?
I
Since
mean,
he can't get.
Mbomo is still kind of like their guy who has been scoring for them. They beat West Ham 2-0 recently, and their form is not that bad actually. Beat
Mhm.
Chelsea
Yeah.
2-0
The
couple of weeks
equation
ago.
completely changes when they don't have Tony. I mean, that's one team that's
Yeah,
even more reliant on their striker than we are. So
But they didn't
Mhm.
play Tony against West Ham.
they didn't.
They didn't. Yeah,
Wow.
they started without him. Yeah, it was Wissa and Mbomo up front. With
Mm.
Shade, Wissa, and Bomo in the front three. Then Yanelt, Demsgaard, and Jensen in the midfield. They didn't
Yeah,
play Tony.
yeah. My God, our midfield won't do anything. That's the sad part, right? So
Their midfield is not bad either. Yeah,
they got Damsgaard,
yeah.
I
They got
read that quite a
Demsgaard,
bit. Yeah.
Is Damsgaard
Jensen.
playing well now? He was on the bench for most of the season, from what I remember.
He has been a regular starter lately for them.
Okay, okay,
There's a
okay.
good
Then
rotation. They have a good rotation. Yeah, yeah.
Then
But
you got Yanelt.
yeah. But okay. I'll just go around the panel one more time. Elias, any last thoughts?
No, big up to every single one of you who came. Yeah, and
Well,
Lily
your
out.
shows. Did you do any shows lately?
I want to do one show for Brentford game. Either tonight or tomorrow night UK time. I'll post it up on my Twitter lah. It's just that I'm having tough time finding a guest for that one. Yep.
What time?
Probably later tonight. Let's say about 7 p.m. UK time or 8 p.m. UK time. Or tomorrow night. I think probably at the same time around 7 p.m. UK or 8 p.m. UK. Yeah, around that time.
Let's see how it goes because the 7 p.m., 8 p.m. UK time is too late for me. I'll be asleep by then.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll link you up with some of the India Spurs boys. So maybe you can, if they are free to join you, they'll have a.
Yeah, I got one friend actually from Bangalore Spurs as well. Is the bottom Duda part of your Bangalore Sporters Club?
Who?
The bottom Duda. He's one of our friends in Spurs community.
The bottom Duta I've never heard the bottom Duta being part of the Bangalore Spurs community.
He's from Bangalore side as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's never joined the Bangalore Spurs community.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, even that's a new name for me as well. So I'm
Yeah,
actually
because I've known Soham, Saika, and Privy for a long time. But I've known the bottom Duta for a long time also, right? But he's never said he's been part of the Bangalore Spurs community and all that in India. Right?
Because
But
he
he's
stays
in
in
Bangalore.
Bangalore. Yeah,
He
he's
stays
in
in Bangalore,
Bangalore.
but but he's not joined them. That's why, see. You better
Probably.
ask him why.
maybe he's there, but he might not be, like very active in the group as well. I'm just scrolling through and seeing like if he's there or not, because I don't think I've ever spoken with the guy in the group or anything like that.
So
maybe you-
Soham, I suppose you're a frequent Hindi speaker as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I can then speak with you in Hindi.
Maybe you do a show with him in Hindi. See, maybe you get more.
Yeah,
more,
we can do one show in Hindi as well.
Yeah, but my Hindi vocabulary is mostly just swear words, so I'm not sure how family friendly.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can lighten that up with all the swear words.
But okay.
And to be honest,
You
there
can,
aren't too many other words that you can use to describe Levy either at this moment of
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Anyway,
YouTube fellas won't know what we are talking about, anyways.
fair enough.
but
The algorithm cannot detect that.
yeah, but Soham, good to see you. Any last thoughts?
Yeah.
Right? Will you be coming on more often nowadays? If you are, then I'll.
Unlikely.
Okay, unlikely. Yeah.
Very
Once in a
unlikely.
while. Yeah.
Once
Unless
in a
things
while, I
change.
might drop in. Once in a
Yeah.
while, I might drop in, but it's very unlikely that I'll come regularly.
Okay. But then, any last thoughts on what's happening to this season?
Nothing. I mean, I don't know how many of you listen to those videos that Alistair Gold posts pretty much every week. He said something in his last video that was like resonated with me. Like, it's like the things are going in such a direction where fans aren't even angry with the club at this point. They are just like apathetic at this point, dispassionate about it. I think.
Okay. Soham's got his internet. He's frozen. Soham, you're frozen.
Hello, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
You're back. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So yeah, that's how it's with me. Like, I'm just at this. I don't really care at this point. Yeah, the board doesn't care, the players don't care, the manager probably cares, but yeah, he isn't really in a position to affect much. I don't really find a reason to care at this point.
Yeah. But Soham doesn't have a channel, so yeah.
No, I
Unless
don't have a channel.
he doesn't have
You
a
don't have
channel. Bungalows,
That one.
Prithvi is the one supposed to be running Bungalows First channel, right? Not you guys, right?
Yeah, the thing is, most of us are just busy with our lives, and then we don't really. Yeah, we have a lot going on in our lives, so we don't really want Tottenham to add some extra negativity on top of it. So yeah.
Oh, there is a
that's
Bangalore
right.
Sports channel. Let's get
Yeah,
people
this-
to subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
there
get
was
the
a channel we
ugly-
were supposed to start it, but then people.
No,
get
Prithvi
busy.
is supposed to be in charge of the Bangalore Spurs channel, but the
Yeah,
thing is, Prithvi has moved to Pune.
Oh, okay. That's why I
No,
don't see it.
somewhere near Pune what called somewhere
Mumbai?
near Pune. No.
Pune. Okay.
Viva something is that Viva?
Okay, Vidarbha, probably Vidarbha.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because I had a chat with him yesterday. Yeah, because of
Okay,
work,
okay.
right? But guys, thanks for being in chat. Let me just go through the chats, right? I hate Marmite, right? Flash Arrow, if I'm not mistaken. Alexander, big up Steak, right? LA007, AG, big up AG, Joe, right? All you guys, thanks for your support. Swim Master, right? Who else do we have? AG Joe, Swim Master, Nicholas, Nick, big up Nick, Tottenham, Carl Simpson, right? Lisa, big up Lisa from Mexico, Suave Rock BG, Phil P, woo! And who else do we have? Jason Bell, big up to Jason Bell, right? DV, big up the DV, Daniel Sandoval, right? Who else do we have? Keshav, they asked the West Ham fan who is a Moist out guy. Guys, what if Moist gets sacked by West Ham and we get Moist?
No way, man.
Chris
That-
Agamba, big up Chris. Elias is here. And of course, Tottenham More Podcast. Mr. K, big up Mr. K. I'll give him a call later, see how he's doing. Right, who else do we have? Mr. K. Ravi had a few questions for us. Scott M was in earlier. And of course, Sophia and Ensman. And of course, guys, thanks for being on. Good to meet up with you again, Soham. Right, stick in the back room for a while. We can have a short chat. Right, and while I do this, remember the earphones, bro. The earphones, remember, Oh, yes, not to forget. And as always, Levy out.
Yeah.
Levy